Hello there, this is Alan Collins, and you're listening to the
Stoned Roadie Show. The Stoned Roadie Show, podcast 250. Wake and Bake, The Morning Buzz, episode 125. Action. Well, good morning there, fellow slaves and earthlings. Looky here, looky here. My name's Craig Reed, a.k.a. the Stone Roadie. And with me, as always, my co-host, co-pilot, and the rocket scientist, Griff Martin. So what the heck? It's podcast 250. Anybody knows anything about South Park? Anybody watch South Park? 250? You must be the Loch Ness Monster. Griff, he didn't watch too much South Park, so he didn't know what the heck I was talking about. But yeah, 250. That was the chef. I think it was the chef. Every time the guy Loch Ness Monster would come around and want to charge him, and the chef would want to know how much, and Loch Ness Monster say 250. 250, you must be the Loch Ness Monster. Yeah, but anyways, enough jibber jabber on South Park. Anyways, it's November the 22nd, 2024, and yeah, that's what it is. It's today. It's Friday. So what the heck we gonna talk about there, Griff?
Well, Craig and I discovered that, Craig's got brain damage, but the part that knows not to eat to make you fat didn't get damaged.
Yeah, that's my deduction of the day on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, the part that makes you stupid, that makes you eat, didn't get damaged.
Stupid? Yeah,
it did get damaged, Craig. It got damaged to where that's all the fuck you talk about.
What I said was I realize I have brain damage, but I assume that the part of my brain that knows being obese or fat is stupid didn't get stupid or something. Isn't stupid, something like that.
Yeah, I got a kick
Apparently,
out of that
that's what the R word was. Apparently,
I got a kick out of that one. So you say you got that vest all ready to go, huh, Craig? And you're gonna
yeah. Been talking to Jeff, and I finally got him to wanted to know if he just wanted me to sign it, Craig Reed, or if he wanted me to put on there. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Or if he wanted me to put the Stoned Roadie Craig Reed, and he said he thought he might like to have this. Well, there's where Billy Powell, our time, signed it over there. So the Billy Powell vest that we auctioned off for $150, and the size small. It says to Joe. That's why it didn't go so good. But he wanted me to sign it on the other side, so let me see if I can get it where I signed it.
Cool.
So I signed it on the other side.
That's pretty damn collectible right there. And you got the patch. I sent you the patch.
Yeah. And then he also wanted a boy, I'm just clumsy here this morning, I'll tell you what. He wanted a document of authenticity to go with it, so I told how it came from the treatment center out there in San Jose, San Juan Capistrano. My God, I got brain damage this morning. Yeah, it was that facility out there.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's a great.
And then the patch, Griff threw in the patch there, and
yeah, you can sew that right over to
and
Joe.
you'll see anything that I send out comes in one of these plastic sleeves. It's a picture or a doc or anything. I always send them out in these plastic sleeves. So y'all 15 people, when I finally get it together and send your coin and your documents and stuff, you'll get these documents, these That's what they'll look like right yonder, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that'll give you something to look forward to for Christmas.
So now all you got to do is put it in the box and then write the thing on there, and then away you go.
Yeah, I got them all did. I just gotta put it all together. And I've been selling a couple of things on eBay here this lately, and it seems like everything I've been selling, Dave the Disciple says, "Man, I'm gonna bid on that." I go, Dave, he gives us so much stuff. I try to compliment him with the stuff that I sell on there. I just send it to him if I have doubles. So I got a whole shitload of stuff I'm supposed to send to him too. So I'll send it out, Dave. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I realize I'm delinquent in my duties, but stuff I sell on eBay and stuff that we sell on here or auction off for the survivors, I get that out with a relatively a good time. So
Speaking of that, the other day I gave away a couple stickers to the first person that sent me an email, and that was real easy. The only problem was people kept emailing me even today, and looked like Lori Shoemaker was the first person to email me, and she's, I believe, LS Freebird in the comments. So congratulations there, Lori, for the one of them was signed by Gene and Craig. And so I sent those already in the mail. She'll probably get them Saturday or tomorrow or something. But yeah, so that's how you do it right there, Craig, like that, you know. Next day delivery.
well, I'm busy, you know. I got a busy life, you know. I got to work this stuff in, you know.
Well, while we're on the subject, then I'm going to skip a couple comments. Angela Lynyrd says, haven't spoke to y'all in a while. I had a long surgery November 8th, and I'm also 100% it was a lung surgery. Sorry about that, Angela. She had a lung surgery November 8th, and I'm also 100% cancer free. So, Craig, I have been blessed with more time to wait for my Hell House poster. I'm looking forward to hanging it on the wall, but I won't be around forever.
All right, Angela, I'll send it right out to you. No, I'm getting it together. I really am.
What? I didn't. What? So you owe her a poster?
I
A
don't
Hell
know
House
about it.
poster? You better have that written down because I
Oh,
thought.
well, it's one of those Hell House things. I probably do one of those Hell
I
House
believe it's a
paintings.
poster. Yeah.
The painting, yeah, one of your
Right.
paintings, yeah, the 12 by 12, yeah.
Oh, I thought you sent that off like a year ago or something. Damn, Angela.
No,
Oh, man. Well, I guess you know. I guess
but
you got it
yeah,
all
I've
written
got it
down.
all written down what I need to send everybody. But thanks for reminding me, Angela. You know,
Yeah, she.
but I
You
don't
know.
remember. I think you wanted me to sign it, but you wanted me to sign it on the back. You didn't want me to sign it on the front, or I forget. I forget what you wanted me to do.
Well,
I can sign it in red. Griff signed it in red on the front. I can sign it on the red in the front right by him, and it won't deface it too bad.
yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah. So let me
Just
know
make
what
sure
you
you sign it below me.
below you. Yeah, I will.
I'm just kidding. Okay, Angela. Yeah, you tell him. You go, girl.
Well, you'll get it.
Well, you know, it takes somebody like Angela to chew your ass out to get you motivated. But she didn't mean anything by it. She's,
No, no.
she's being nice in a
I'm sure
nice
she's
way.
just funning with
Yeah,
me. Yeah.
she's not mad. You can tell she just wants her shit.
She's just ribbing me. But thanks for reminding me. I need to send you one of those Griff Martin Hell House paintings. Yeah. I'm sure I got it written down though.
By the way, some stuff on that Jake Paul. I heard that he wanted to exhume Muhammad Ali's body and fight him one more time. and he also wants to fight Clint Eastwood. Netflix offered. Go ahead.
I see Butterbean wants to fight him.
Oh yeah,
for $5 million or something.
Netflix said they would pay him $50 million if he'd push George Foreman down the stairs. And then Mike Tyson asked, did anyone else have any problems with Netflix freezing up?
Well, I heard Tyson. I heard he got paid $20 million, and then I saw something where he said he got paid $10 million, and the government took half of that. Whatever he got paid, the government took half, and then the people that work around him got 20% of what the government didn't take. And by the when it was all said and done, he got $5 million out of it. But the government taking half of it, that's just bullshit. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and there's somebody commented about, remember we were talking about his daughter, and they enlightened us on what happened to her. I still haven't looked that up yet. But anything else, Craig, you want to talk about as far as donations or anything like that there?
No.
No, so you want to jump right into these comments?
Yeah, we might as well. Yeah, I don't have.
All righty then. We hadn't heard from Jesus for Survivors in a while, and he put in a
I wrote him last. I wrote him last few days ago. And said, "Hey man, I've been thinking about you. I ain't talked to you in a while." Yeah, and he wrote me back.
Said he sent me a question for you.
All right.
He says, asked, did Leon use an effect on his bass when playing the intro to Traveling Man?
No.
No?
He didn't.
That's all Leon, huh?
Yeah, he didn't use any effects.
Yeah. Did he ever use any effects on anything?
No. Nobody ever used any.
Except for Alan used a wah-wah.
Alan used a Crybaby, and Gary used a Phase 90.
That's it, huh?
That's it. And Gary used that Phase 90 for about, in Mr. Breeze, that one part, for about 5 seconds.
And that was it, huh?
That's it. And Gary and Alan only used the Crybaby in Bad Man, so.
Just good, clean rock and roll.
Or Needle and the Spoon, yeah, that's what it was. Needle and the Spoon.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. John says he saw Skynyrd in Tampa, or either Tampa or Clearwater. Maybe that was one of those arena things. But it was when Steve Gaines was still alive. And he said in the middle of Steve Gaines' solo, Ronnie walked over to the amp speaker and put his ear up to it. And then he went over and picked up the mic stand and hit Steve Gaines in the ass with it, like, you ain't playing loud enough or something. And then so Steve Gaines started playing louder. And, and so John said he didn't think that was, stage act. He said that he did, and he asked, did you ever see Ronnie do that before?
Well, if they heard it in the audience, what you hear on stage and what they hear in the audience is two different things. They'd have to turn it up. Kevin would have had to turn it up for him to hear it in the audience. I mean, while Steve could turn his volume up on stage, and it would raise it in the crowd too, but mostly what they hear on stage, stage volume and house volume, and that Skynyrd always tried to keep their stage volume down. They weren't really successful at it. Billy's rig was pretty loud, and Alan and Billy over there on stage right, man, it was loud over there. And they tried to use, twins and, smaller amps and stuff to keep the stage volume down. But yeah, they were always fighting with stage volume. So I don't know about that.
Yeah, because remember, Paul Welsh figured out how to turn Ronnie's whistle down, and Alan was like, "All right," because that was
the
killing him.
monitor. Yeah, in the monitors,
Yeah.
they only needed it loud in the house. So yeah, Paul Welsh would turn it down on the
And
monitor
then
on stage.
Alan said, "Hey man, that's best. Yeah, that's the best thing anybody ever did for this
Yeah,
band."
turn them down in the monitors on stage. Yeah.
Because it used to kill Alan with that damn.
Oh yeah, man. Oh, that was
whistle.
a shrieky whistle, man. It was.
But maybe there was something that Steve was doing that Ronnie had talked to him about.
I don't
how he
know.
was playing
I
it,
don't
or
really
maybe
know
the volume.
situation. I just know that they fought over their stage volume all the time, trying to keep the stage volume down.
But does that sound like something Ronnie would do? Go over and hit Steve in the ass with a mic stand?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Like pick it up.
Ronnie, he's probably was like he probably did that kind of stuff in practice, and then he just did it on stage if he had to.
He did shit. The people will go, I wonder why he did that. Now we're finding out that that's why he did it. So people 50 years from then would go, what? Why did he do that?
That's like
I don't know.
That's like
why did he do that?
Somebody threw a joint up on stage, and then he took a hit and then threw it behind him, and then you came running out with a Sucrete box and put it in there. Because me and my buddy Jay, we saw that.
People remember the most trivial things about the stuff, little things about what they did on stage. I saw him do this or that. What did that mean? I don't know.
Well, why don't you, all you Stone Roadie show fans, if you went to a concert where you saw Lynyrd Skynyrd, the original Lynyrd Skynyrd, put a comment in there about something that you saw that you liked or didn't like, or you thought was unusual or something, and we'll talk about it. Hopefully you guys will have something pretty cool,
My buddy dropped me off some gummies.
Oh, no, not those things. Good God, man. Those things right there are...
it's harvest. It's harvest season, and they've let it cure and stuff, so then they cook it up in butter and make...
Is that the one that you gave me?
No.
Oh, because if you just ate that, and that was the one you gave me, you're getting ready to flatline. Because that thing was horrible. It looked just like that. Remember the one you brought to my house, and Chad told me to put it in a Ziploc and put a skull and crossbone on it? And
no, I got those in Jacksonville.
Oh, you ain't? Have you had
These
one
are
of those
from
before?
My
Is that the
biker
first
buddy.
time you? Is that the first time you had that blend right there?
No, I had these last year. They grow weed and they make cookies.
Oh,
I
okay.
ate a peanut butter cookie and one of these a couple nights ago.
So you didn't need to bite that in half and test it for a little bit first?
No, I ate one the other night.
Oh, okay. Because if somebody gave me a gummy, I'm not going to stick the whole thing in my mouth like you just did. It'll be like, remember Cheech and Chong whenever Cheech gave him Tommy Chong gave him Cheech the wrong pill. And he goes, hey, man, don't take that. And he goes, I already did, man. And he goes, wow, man, that's the most speed I ever saw anybody take.
He gave me these the other night. He gave me a peanut butter cookie and one of them. I ate a peanut butter cookie and one of those things. And I'm sitting there in my chair and I was going, I'm pretty high. I mean, I could hardly get up them. I was laughing at myself. I was grabbing for things to hold on to walk.
And if a normal person took that, they would probably have to go to the hospital. I'm telling you, man, this guy right here, he's got TCH in his bloodstream, or bloodstream in his TCH.
I like everything strong. Hell, I even like my coffee strong. I like to take a drug test after a cup of coffee.
Is that TP coffee you got there?
Yeah, this is the last of it. Yeah, this is the last.
Uh-oh,
of it.
TP, that might be a hint.
No. She sent me enough stuff then.
Yeah.
Thank you though for all that.
Don't anybody send anything to Craig until he sends out what he's supposed to send out.
Yeah, not until then.
We're gonna put a tariff on his ass like Trump. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a tariff on him. S.E. Mons says, it's nice to hear Alan's voice at the beginning of the podcast. Yeah, old Brian Bodkin sent me this tape, and I found Alan introducing some TV show or something, and I cut the back part of it out, and I put Craig's voice in there. But yeah, I thought you guys would like old Alan introducing. This is Alan Collins, and hi y'all, this is Alan Collins, and welcome to and then it's Craig goes, Stone Roadie Show.
Hello there, this is Alan Collins, and you're listening to the
Stone Roadie Show.
So I'll put that at the beginning of this one too, so you guys can hear it. You can hear it. Craig, you didn't even hear it, did you?
I did when I first edited. That was actually the night that I ate those those things, and it was late at night, and I was having a hard time just making it to bed, and it was late. It was 2 in the morning or so when I finally got that thing up and scheduled.
Yeah, I tell you what, anybody that. I mean, if they go to Craig's house, if you go to see Craig and he offers you a gummy, don't take what he takes. I'd say take an eighth of it. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. I'm telling you right now, man. I mean, Winslow Red Cross, great guitar collection, Griff, and happy birthday. What's great about I made that little video of my guitars is I never have done that, and I needed to do that for insurance purposes. And but people were saying, "Hey man, why didn't you play each one?" There's 7 of them, and one of them's an electric. One of them is the action's too high. It's an old Martin, and then the rest of them, all but 2 of them were in tune. And some of them even needed the strings changed. And then that one Jackson Brown in the case, I can't even get it out. But I like to get them out and mess with them. And, if I were to leave all of them out, they get dust on them or banged up. So I keep them in a case and keep them stored away. But and then somebody had also mentioned that my birthday was the same day as Joe Walsh. And I was like, well, that's cool. But the one problem that Joe Walsh and I have with our birthday is guess who else's birthday it is? It's another Joe. Joe Biden.
Oh, God.
Yeah, me and Joe Walsh and I share a birthday with Joe Biden. That sucks. Jeff said, nice guitars. You should have picked the strings on all of them. Yeah, that's why I just explained I couldn't play them all. And then he says he got a Jackson Brown CD, or he had Jackson Brown sign a CD for him, and he said he was a really nice guy. I've never met Jackson Brown, but I'm glad I got his signature on that guitar because that's that's a pretty talented guy to have. It's like, almost, well, not like having a Beatle signature, but pretty close. Guy, did you ever meet Jackson Browne, Craig?
No.
No?
No.
He was up there, in the Hollywood Hills and hanging out with Ringo and all of those, the Eagles, and he hung out with them, and Linda Ronstadt, and all of them. Bob Seger even hung out with him up there, from what I understand. Backcountry says Mike Tyson's daughter somehow got the emergency cord to the treadmill wrapped around her neck, and it killed her. And he goes, the Illuminati have strange ways of hanging people, sick ways of hanging people. And so I guess that's what Tyson, why he don't like the Illuminati. Maybe he thinks they did his daughter in. That's what Backcountry says. I didn't know anything about his daughter having an accident on a treadmill.
I never did either.
I'll have to look that one up too, because that sounds pretty interesting. I'd check that out. That's kind of crazy. It's like, didn't Robin Williams, didn't he hang himself too?
I believe he did, yeah.
Yeah. There's been, quite a few people that's done that, and people dying in bathtubs and things kind of strangely. Jeff says, Craig, you did a good job on remembering the lyrics for Cry for the Bad Man. He says, can you do that with all the Lynyrd Skynyrd songs?
Pretty much.
I'm sure you've heard enough of them. Good
Pretty
God.
much, yeah.
You could probably do that in your sleep.
Yeah, I pretty much know all the words. Matter of fact, when Johnny first got with the band in '87, he was singing words that weren't the right words. I go, Johnny, that's not what he said.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, a couple of times. I said, that's not the right word.
Somebody told me he's still doing that.
I forget the word. I forget the word, the specific words, but there were a couple. I said, that's not what he said. It's not the word he used.
I think Johnny does a good job, though.
Oh, he does a great job. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. I mean, to pull off, to take the place of Ronnie to begin with, you're stepping in some big shoes. So
I saw a video. I posted it on FakeBook, actually, of him and Donnie and a couple of girls, and Sparky was playing acoustic guitar, and some other guitar player were doing their one of their Christian songs.
Oh, really? That's cool. Well, Ricky Medlock's got his own band now, right?
Yeah, well, he has had it. It's just an offshoot, I guess. He's still all with Skinner, but he's just, Mike Estes played Ricky's part in the Outlaws for a couple years. I mean,
he did?
Blackfoot, yeah.
Blackfoot.
Blackfoot continued to play for all those years, even though Ricky was in Skinner. They still, Blackfoot still played, and Mike Estes played Ricky's parts for a couple years in Blackfoot.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty interesting. Kimmy, she says she's still thinking on that plaster cast that she, of her breast, and she says she's pulling your gig, Craig. She says, I'm still going to send you that gift in the mail, Craig.
All right, I'm waiting, Kimmy.
Yeah. She's pulling that Craig Reed gig where you promise some shit and you don't send it.
But Kimmy, wait till we get some requests to, if you want us to auction off your a cast of your vest. Wait, see if we get any requests. Yeah.
Is anybody interested in some plaster casts of Kimmy's breasts?
And how much would you bid on it?
And how much would you bid? And then somebody in here said something about
Kimmy, what
don't-
size is it? Is it an A cup, a B cup, a C cup, a D cup? You know what's your cup size?
Yeah, somebody in here says don't just do one, do them both so you can hang them on the wall.
Yeah, a pair of
Yeah.
Kimmys.
So, yeah, if anybody's interested in bidding on Kimmy's plaster breasts, put in the comments, because if we don't get any kind of feedback on that, then you're wasting your time, Kimmy.
Yeah, you have to make a mold and all that.
Yeah, we don't want you to go through a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
If
It's not going to be profitable. We need to get it. We have to have a market for that, Kimmy.
yeah, and if you want Craig to sign it, that's the other thing. Craig will sign it.
We might start something big here. We might start a market for Kimmy's breasts on the Stone Roadie show. Ever sign them? I'll sign them. Hell, maybe Griff will sign them. We'll all sign them.
Yeah, we'll sign them. We'll all sign them, and then we'll auction.
I'll sign them.
Yeah, okay. And we don't want just $20 or anything. We want some significant scratch.
Oh yeah. By the way, Danny Barrett bid 150 on the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, the 3. I don't have it. It's over there. I ain't gonna get it. Yeah, but yeah. Danny Barrett started the bidding on the camera for $150. So.
Okay, well, at least we got a bid on it. But
man, that's a nice camera.
Yeah.
Chad was telling me some videographer that he knows was going to bid on it too. Some guy that works professionally, and Chad's trying to get those for his company too. Those cameras, because they're you can put them on a subject, and then it'll follow that subject around. You just you don't even have to hold it. You just put it in a tripod and put a subject in the finder, and if that subject moves around, it'll follow him.
Well, Chad, he's gonna figure out how to get him one now. If he's got to get the whole company to buy him, he's going to get him one.
Oh, he said he's been talking to his guy about adding them to the force.
Yeah, and I've been thinking about getting one of those also, and a GoPro that you put on your chest, and that way I can have a couple different. Like a backup, and because sometimes whenever I'm like walking around and doing stuff, I see these other YouTubers with these GoPros on their chest, and then they got them on their head, on their hat. But I like to be able to focus. To zoom in and stuff, which I know you can do with those. But and the GoPros are good, but I really like my camera, and I can't see buying a bunch of stuff if this one works all right. But I do like that one that you've got up that we're wanting to bid on. So I might end up getting me one of those myself.
I've got a GoPro helmet cam. When I put on my helmet, I've got one of those. Yeah, you can put it on your chest too, or whatever.
That Aqua Chigger guy that I watch, I follow him. He digs up Civil War stuff, and he goes about every few months, just seeing if he can find stuff that people dropped in the creek. And he lives up there near Washington, D.C., and he finds tons of GoPros that still work. And he also finds cell phones all the time. And he says that what you need to do, like on my cell phone right here, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see my email address on there, because he'll find cell phones that people have in a waterproof bag that they dropped when they were out canoeing, and the phone still works, but he can't open it to find out how to get it to him. And he says if you make your screensaver your email, then he can charge him, and he can see on the screensaver when he pushes his finger on it who it belongs to. So a little information for you on people that like to take their cell phones out, and if you're going to lose it, that way, if you got it as a screensaver, then somebody might return it. So hope that helps somebody out, because I did it. I'm always losing my stuff.
Well, that's good information.
Yeah, that's good. It's not skin information, but it's information. Autumn Honecker wants to know, who was Sweet Connie most popular with in the original band? You, right, Craig?
Well, she knew Joe Osborne. That's how she was friends with Joe Osborne, because Joe Osborne was from Little Rock. So she knew Joe Osborne pretty well. Joe's wife, Melissa, was friends with Connie, I believe, pretty much. So when she started coming around the show, she would come on the bus, and she knew Joe Osborne. So that's how I became kind of good friends with her, because she was hanging around with Joe, and
Well, who liked her services the most out of the band?
I don't think anybody.
Oh, come on now, Craig.
No, I don't think anybody really.
Huh?
She made her rounds once, I think, but yeah, it was no big deal.
What do you mean? Once every time that she came, or once and one and done?
I don't know. I don't know.
You
about
don't want to
band.
say.
She just, I don't know. I just remember that one time when she first came around, and she was running around the hotel trying to get everyone.
Oh my God.
It was pretty funny, actually.
Well, it's just like
they all knew it. I mean, they all knew that she was looking for them, and she wanted to service every one of them. They all knew it.
Yeah, so she could say she did.
Yeah. They all knew that if she saw him, that was gonna be one part of the conversation.
Hey,
they were ready for it,
So, how's the wife and how's the kids, and what you been up to? Okay, let's go.
I know. I just remember Artimus hid from her, and Steve wasn't with the band at that time.
Oh, Artimus hid from her.
Yeah.
Oh, Artimus.
That's one thing that tells me Artimus wasn't guilty of what he was charged with, because he wasn't that way. He wasn't a sexual deviant, I mean,
Artemis kind of picky too. I sent him a happy birthday text couple years ago or 3, and I said, go get you a nice big greasy cheeseburger. And he texts me back, ooh, that's disgusting. So he don't eat greasy cheeseburgers. Okay, there, Autumn. We didn't get a full answer, but we got a little bit of his skin information out of Craig on that one. I kind of think Connie was popular with one of them too, and Craig's kind of hiding it. Griff, nice guitar collection. How long you been playing? He and his brother have been playing since the 70s and still do. My buddy Jay, the first time I ever held a guitar in my hand, it was his. And he showed me some chords, and I was like going, this is bullshit, trying to figure out how to put your fingers on there. It was like pisses you off, and you got to really be dedicated, and I kind of pecked around and messed around, and I could play a little bit, but I'd quit. I sold my guitar, and I wasn't playing anymore. And then this last wife of mine, we got married in 97 or 98, and she was a doctor, and I barely ever saw her really, but she was going down the road one day, and I saw this guitar store, and I said, hey, pull over there. And she goes, why? I said, I want to just go look at some guitars. So I go in there. She gets on her BlackBerry, on her phone, because that's what she did all the time, always on the phone answering emails. So I went in there and I bought the Taylor that I had that I showed in that video.
Those are nice guitars. Those Taylors are nice
Yeah.
guitars.
I went in there and I could, once you learn the cowboy chords, you pretty much,
C,
gonna
D,
know
G.
it the rest of your life, and so I took that guitar home, and then within a week or so I was playing songs again that I used to be able to play. And she thought that I'd never played before, and she's like, I don't know how you learn how to do stuff like that, like I learned how to play guitar in a week. She's telling her dad, oh, he learned how to play in a week. But when I really got better, which I'm by no means a good guitar player, but when I really got better at it was when I got my accident and I didn't have anything else to do. And so the next time I saw my buddy Jay and I picked his guitar up, he was like, damn, man, he said, you've been practicing. So I've been kind of messing with him ever since, but by no means am I an accomplished guitar player. So yeah. Let me see where we're at now. Oh yeah, Jeff says if Kimmy makes a plaster cast, make sure she does both of the boobs, so you can hang it on the wall. Yeah, I mentioned that. Yeah, Kimmy, let's get in the comments and see where we go with that before you get busy going down and buying any plaster, because somebody, we don't know, we don't know. They might not want them, or they might want them, but I personally, I wouldn't bid on them, but Craig, I think any way that we raise money for the survivors, that's a good way, I don't keep naked parts and castings and penises and boobs around my house, but somebody might.
I don't know if it's going to be profitable with pastor casted boobies. If they're pretty big, they're going to weigh 10 pounds. That's going to cost a lot of money to ship.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah,
Maybe that's why
if we
she only
sell
wants
them, we'll
to make
just have
one.
to have Kimmy just ship them there. So we only ship them once. If she ships them to us, and we got to ship them out, that won't be cost effective.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But let's see what the comments do before we even worry
But then
about
whoever
it.
buys them, if they want us to sign them, then they got to send them to us.
S.J. Goody. Did Ronnie ever have to put Alan in line? I bet he would just run away with his long legs.
Ronnie never did. I never saw Ronnie ever mess with Alan in the least bit. Never criticized him, and never.
Oh yeah?
No.
Maybe he felt like he'd already been through enough shit as it is, or something.
I don't know what it was. He just never messed with Alan.
Yeah, so even when Alan got in wrecks, he didn't get in his ass or anything?
I never saw it. What was said in private, I don't know, but I never saw it.
So was he kind of like whenever he joked around with other people and stuff, he left Alan out of it. He never
he never talked negatively to Alan ever at all in any negative fashion. I guess that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, maybe he was afraid Alan might quit.
I don't know. He just never did. Like I always said, he always really went to Alan when he wanted to do any kind of writing. He always went to Alan, but then during the latter years after Steve, you always saw him and Steve together. Ronnie and Steve were always collaborating. It wasn't so much Alan anymore.
Well,
but Gary always had some really great ideas though too. Gary wasn't no slouch at writing. Gary really came up with some really all kind of riffs, just
Oh God.
just
Gary's
all
got
kind of-
those long riffs that they're like, 2-3 minutes and
He
shit.
come up
man.
with all kind of licks. He could come up with that one. He came over to the shop when I was going to start my coupe for the first time. He said, "I want to come over when you start it." So I was going to start it. So I called him and he came over. And when I first started cranking it, it was like, and he wrote a guitar play. That was
He did?
yeah, it was one of his guitar parts.
What part is it? What song? Is that something we could hear?
Yeah, I'll have to search for it. Yeah. That's what that is.
Sound just
Yeah, I'll
like
search for it. I'll figure out where it was. And I can't remember exactly.
Well, that's like the song that has
It's
your
it's
burnout
a it's
in
a
it.
it's a it's a tribute band record. So it's
Oh, okay.
during it's like during this was 1990.
The 80s.
Yeah, well, it was after Alan died. It was after Alan died. So it was about 91, 92. Yeah, that's what it would have been. That's when I was building that car.
Yeah, fine.
Probably 90. It was a 91 record. That was what it was. It was a 91 record.
Oh, was it? So if I look up the 91 record, I can hear
There's
it in
a
there?
song in there. I'll have to listen to it.
Is it the beginning of the song?
No, it's at the door toward the end.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And it sounds just like it, huh? Damn.
Yeah, it goes.
See, every now and then something will break loose, and that's just, to me, that's cool as hell.
Yeah,
And he remembered that, and he said, "Man, I gotta put that in a guitar part."
He sat right there. He was sitting right there when I was starting, and he wrote it right there when I was trying to start.
Oh, he had his guitar with him and everything?
It was in the studio. The car
Oh.
that was in the studio. So I was rebuilding the car.
Oh, that was over on A1A.
The studio.
Yeah, that studio on A1A.
In the studio, yeah, I was in the studio building that car, and he came over and he was playing his guitar, while I was trying to start the car. So he listened to it.
Is that the studio in St. Augustine? Craig, is that studio in St. Augustine on A1A?
Yeah, an A1A.
Yeah, that's where Derek Hess and Barry Lee and a Six Gun and they did that Rossington Collins song. I had no idea that's where you guys were at that same place, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. That's a pretty cool studio. It's like an old house.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where the police showed up when Custer was outside with a gun running around like he was hiding and shooting somebody, and somebody was going up A1A and saw it and called the police.
Oh yeah, I remember you
four
talking
squad
about
cars showed up right during rehearsal. I went out what? And they were. I had to put my hands up. I went out to see what.
Oh, really?
Put your hands up. I'm going, what the hell is going on? Somebody reported somebody having a gun, and I just started laughing. Because that was them guys messing around. Who was messing around? That's not very funny. Oh God.
Yeah. So what do? You had all your tools there at the damn recording studio?
Oh, I rebuilt that. Yeah, I rebuilt that car in the studio. There's a garage there, and I rebuilt that car.
Was that around back or something?
In the studio, right on the side of the studio. Yeah.
I'm trying to picture where that. Yeah, because there was like a carport there that they closed.
Right inside the door, right there inside
Yeah.
the door. That's where I rebuilt the coupe.
Yeah, I could tell Derek and Barry Lee, they were pretty comfortable in that place. Yeah, they'd been in there a bunch of times, I imagine,
Yeah.
and it's still there. Matter
Yeah,
of
it's got
fact,
the front. That's got the front little office
yeah,
area.
I got it all on video and 6-gun recorder when I
Oh,
did.
I didn't know that's where that was. Matter of fact, Six
Yeah.
Gun's record came out tomorrow.
Yeah, I saw on Facebook where they're getting ready to put it out.
Yeah,
Yes. I guess you get it on iTunes and stuff.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to. I think they wanted to come on the podcast and talk about it, so I'll
Oh,
get
yeah,
in touch
cool.
with Chad and see if they want to come on the podcast.
Yeah, I told Chad to get a hold of Derek too. Derek said he wanted to come on one time, so I told Chad
Yeah,
to get a hold of
yeah.
Derek.
Tell
and
Chad to get him, man.
he's supposed to get a hold
need
of
some-
Jason Barnes and see if they can't get.
We need to get old
somebody
Derek
to-
Hess on here. Yeah,
Yeah.
he don't think he's got anything good to say, but old Griff will drag everything out of him.
There was a lot of Scott. He was the drummer for Rostin Collins and
Oh yeah, you
mean,
know
that
what?
was-
That guy, he
there was
told
a
me
lot of shit that went on through them years, man. My God.
he barefoot water skis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he still does it.
Wow.
Yeah, he can barefoot water ski. He's pretty crazy some bitch. He's a nice guy to hang out with too. I mean, when we were recording over there and I got to hang out with him and Barry Lee and they're, cool old rockers. And then when I handed Barry Lee Alan Collins' guitar and he played it, that was kind of freaky. And I think I got all that's on the podcast. So you guys go back and all of that's on the road with Griff Martin. You could probably Google it and Griff Martin files and find it because I put most of all the roads on there on the Griff Martin files. But yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff. Carol Cat, the cake girl, said today is the 61st anniversary of the JFK assassination. Yeah, we almost had another one there, and I hope they are guarding Mr. T pretty good because I don't want to see that happen now. I'm scared to death, man. They need to keep him in under lock and key until he gets sworn in, the way I feel about it.
Man, they're doing everything they can to step that they don't want the people that he's suggesting to, like the who was it, the Attorney General?
Yeah.
Wanted that guy Gates and some
Gates,
woman,
yeah.
some woman
Stepped down.
come up and said that he did something inappropriate to her years ago, and then there's another one that he did a governor or something, and he did some kind of event and went back to the hotel, and he was in the hotel bar, and some woman came up to him and just hung on him and got drunk with him, and they said he was noticeably drunk, and she followed him back to his hotel room, ended up in his hotel room, and woke up the next morning and it was obvious she had sex with him. And then 7 years later or something, when he's running for political office, her friend calls a lawyer and gets a lawyer after him and says that he raped her 7 years ago or something like that. And it's just,
Yeah, that's
these-
what they do. They start digging dirt up on everybody they don't like. They did it to Trump.
This woman was married, and her husband and her 2 kids were in the hotel where she got drunk with this guy and ended up in the hotel room with him. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, the way those women do you like that, they get you in that hotel and just force themselves on you like that. I hate when they do
she
that.
took him to his room and ended up then there and then said, I had a blackout. I don't know what happened, but whatever happened wasn't consensual for sure. I had a blackout.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
My
Well, they did it
God,
to Trump
some of these
too.
women, man. I mean, There's quite a few very wealthy women in the world, but 99% of them got all their money from a divorce, from divorcing their husbands.
And this is alleged, and it's for entertainment purposes only. You know, when I say that, we get monetized. I've noticed that.
God.
Yeah, I know, man. There's some of those women are evil, you know, but
I saw some woman saying, you know, these women that say they don't need women, they don't need men. You know, look down at any time there's a major rescue going on. How many women do you see out there doing that work? You know, it's always men. You know, I mean,
yeah. Well, I don't want to get into the women bashing thing right now because.
Well, I'm not bashing. I'm just stating a fact. If there's ever emergencies like that, and there's heavy shit going on, and there's a lot of work going on, who do you see doing the work?
Well, you saw. Remember the Trump's Secret Service team? You know, those women in there. They were, you know, not exactly knowing what they were doing either. You know,
well, that's what I mean? That DA, whatever that they're supposed to be doing away with that stuff. You know.
Yeah,
I mean, there's just some stuff that women just shouldn't be associated with. I mean, you know, firemen. I mean, a woman just can't pick up. Not many men are capable of picking up dead weight off the floor and throwing it over your shoulder and carrying it around, out of a fire. It's what you need to be able to do, and there's not many men that can do that, and there's hardly any women that can do that.
Especially with all
a limp body up off the floor and throw it over your shoulder. You have to be strong to do
especially when, like you say, 90% of them are fat.
Well, yeah, but you know, most firemen are in pretty good shape, I think.
No, I'm talking about the people that they're rescuing are going to be fat. So
yeah. Oh my God, yeah. 80% of people out there are fat. I imagine there's a lot of fat people that fall to the way fall out at a fire when the air gets thin. I imagine they go out pretty quick.
So that's something to remember. You know, you want to be thin because the women now, they want to be firemen. So if you're fat, they surely aren't going to pick you up. So try to keep your weight down so the woman can pick you up, get you out of the burning building.
Like I said, I got brain damage, but I'm just glad the part of my brain knows that being fat is stupid. I'm glad that part still works real good, you know. I mean, I know a lot of you people out there are smarter than me, but you're fat, so I don't know where the problem lies, but there's an issue out there some way. And that's just my opinion, you know.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
but that's just my opinion. I know,
and it's for entertainment
carrying an
purposes.
extra 50 pounds around just doesn't make isn't very logical to me. I think that's what Spock would say. That's not very logical.
Carol the Cake Girl has a question for you, Craig. On some YouTube channel, Dale and Gary sang a song with Meatloaf. Craig, do you know anything about that?
No, I don't.
They did a recording. Evidently, they recorded and sang some song with Meatloaf.
I never. If I never knew it, I sure don't remember it. You know, could have happened. I just don't remember.
Well, that's like old Johnny. You know, didn't he do something with Jelly Roll?
I don't think he did anything with him. They were hanging around with him. I don't think
They gave one of Gary's guitars.
They did give him a guitar, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if anybody out there.
I thought that was kind of ridiculous at the time, but you know, and then afterward, I changed my mind. I thought it was pretty cool because I got to like Jelly Roll.
Yeah, he's got some pretty good songs.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he seems to be a nice guy. But if anybody out there knows about this Meatloaf thing, put in the comments there, and I'll I don't really have a whole lot of time to Google stuff, but if I can, I will. So I'll keep that in mind. I'll mark it right here. And with that, that is the end of the comments and the questions, Craig.
Well,
And
how about that?
Yeah, it's Friday, so Craig and we're going to get off a little early so we can go to the bar. But you guys have a good weekend, and I hope you don't have to work Saturday. If you're at work today, stay away from the boss so he don't try to make you work Saturday. That's what I always did. I disappeared on Friday, but I had to have a company phone, and he would just call me and say, "Hey, you got to come in tomorrow." And I'd be like, "Damn."
And yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, that's it. So yeah. Hey, this has been podcast 250 of the Stone Roadie Show, and happy trails to you until we meet again, and see you later, alligator, at the Wild Crocodile, and that's a wrap cut.